Hello and welcome to Jihan. My name is Sudeep, and right now I have with me Rohit Saraf and AKASA. Well, the duo would be seen together in the brand new song. They're actually seen together already because it's already up on YouTube and it's got a lot of views already. And it's called Shola. Hello to the two of you and welcome to God.
Thank you so much, Sandeep. Thank you for having us.
Hi.
Hi, Akasa. Rohit, my first question is to you. It's been 6 years in the industry,
Yes,
if I'm not wrong. How has the entire experience been, and
7.
yeah, so how has the entire experience been, and what were your perhaps takeaways from the industry?
I think it's too soon to say a takeaway because, I'm still a part of it. And I feel like I'll
Yeah, but
only be able to.
you've already managed to create a fan following so huge in social media, and people really love you. I mean, especially, the youngsters for that matter. Sex is not a concern over here. And so, yeah, obviously, I mean, it's always been it's been a great journey for you these
It
6 years.
has, yes. Yes, the journey's been fantastic. It's been rich. If I were to use one word for my journey, I think I would say it's been rich because I've seen everything. I've seen ups and downs. And, when I think about it, I've only just begun. So there is so much more to see, which is always very, very exciting. But yeah, my journey's been fantastic. There have been lots of learnings, especially because of the kind of experiences I've had with the kind of people I've worked with, not just in India, but even in Europe, in
Yeah.
America. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I look forward to a lot richer journey in future.
Akasa, you tell me the fact that whatever songs you sing, whatever videos you appear in, they all tend to be huge hits, massive hits. Shola too has been garnering a lot of rage for that matter. What exactly is the reaction to it all?
I'm really glad that you believe so. I still
I
haven't
believe.
really.
I mean, there is no other reason. There's no other choice. I'm left with no choice.
Oh, because I'm in my head. I'm just like, yeah, you've just begun. You have like one hit. Come on, get going. Yeah, the reaction. I think I have I call this thing struggler mentality, and I think I'll always have it. And on the one hand, I'm very grateful because I always feel like, no, abhi to kuch bhi nahi hua. I have to do so much more and so much better and blah blah blah. So the reaction is that it's mostly disbelief, and I hope it like till date when fans, it's I feel weird saying that when there are these edits, I'm just like, made an edit on me. I really hope it remains like that. When people till date when I see people dancing on my song, I'm just like I have to like tell people around, that's my song, you're
Right
dancing on
from
my song.
Keeps Meri Photo to Nagin to I don't know how many songs, and especially now this one.
Ethia, oh my
There
God,
has been a frenzy of sorts.
There has been, sorry.
There has been a frenzy of sorts.
Again, I'm glad you
it's
think
the
so.
Akasa frenzy.
Casa frenzy.
Now I'm gonna get really awkward and just slyly just slide away. Let's move on to Rohit's question. Woo!
All right, okay. Rohit, you've got to tell me. How do you exactly, take in all of these adulations and I'm sure you'd be getting a lot of Instagram DMs from all your fans and followers for that matter. How do you look at it? How do you react to it?
It's my question
I
also.
mean, my first thought is always that it's I to get used to it takes a bit, in the sense that when a project comes out, let's say for example when Ludo or Mismatch came out, there was an
Mm.
outpour of love and admiration, and there were so many well-wishers wishing for a lot many more projects for me, etc., etc. And even with Shola now, it's happened that a lot of people have reached out and sent their best wishes. So obviously first is very, very overwhelming, and I can't quite grapple with what's happening. But then, of course, when I see more and more of it, and I scroll through the messages, it just feels surreal almost, for the fact that there is so much love that people think I am worthy of deserving, and yeah, I think I'm just very, very grateful, to say the least. I feel like it's a
Mm.
word that is used so loosely, but there is not a better word that I could think of, which would truly explain what I truly feel. So yeah, I'm just very, very grateful. I also feel that with so much love with so much love comes a lot of responsibility, which I get a little scared of time and again. But I just have to kind of calm myself down and tell myself that I will be fine. So yeah, I just hope that I can continue doing what I have done so far, and I can continue growing.
And also, the fact that in a very short span of time, you have literally, I mean, it would be an exaggeration to say that you have already accomplished yourself in history, and you have, worked with big names from Bollywood.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
did you have anything? I mean, did you perhaps expect it to happen so early, especially because the fact that you had come from a TV background, television background? You're not from India. You were born in Nepal, Kathmandu, and then you came to India. I mean, came to Bombay. So, I mean, the fact that it all became, it all began at a very early phase. Was it plausible, or is it plausible? Can you sink it in?
Sandeep, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to defer a little bit.
Okay.
Firstly, I am. I mean, I was born in Nepal, but my family's always been, we're Indians. So,
Hmm.
it wasn't that big of a shift when we moved from Nepal to India because we knew that this is where we belong. So it
Right.
wasn't that big a deal. Also, I've not just done 2, 3 films, but I've done like 6 films by now. And the
Yeah,
journey that,
that was just a
you
number.
know,
That was just a number. I mean,
I
you talk
mean,
about 4, 5 films that matter. You don't quite. I mean, it's not as big a number. If, for instance, if I can actually
most
compare you with
definitely.
Rajkumar Rao's filmography, that's what
Most
I'm trying to drive.
definitely. Yeah. But I mean, again, this is not, please don't mind me, but like, when somebody says 2 or 3 films, it pinches a little bit because, uh, it's a lot of hard work to even get that one project. It's a lot of hard work. You have to give
Yeah, it does happen. It
multiple
does happen.
auditions to
Absolutely.
be able to get that. And sometimes
Yeah. Yeah.
people's it may seem like it's a jiffy because yes, last year I had 2 projects which became a hit, and they did really well. But I've actually been at it for the last 8 years, and 8 years when you're actually living through it and you give thousands of auditions, it doesn't seem all that short, or it doesn't seem all that quick. um, but
Mhm.
yes, you're very rightly saying that I had the opportunity to work with some of the finest people we have in the country and abroad. And I feel really, really blessed that I had that opportunity. To be honest, if you ask me, did I expect it? Absolutely not. Did I wish for it? 100%. I have wished to work with the finest people in the country, and I continue to wish for that because it's the only way I feel like I will grow. I haven't professionally trained myself as an actor, so the only learning I can get is from the people I work with, from the experiences that I have. And yeah, I've been really, really blessed to have those kind of experiences and those kind of people around me. And I'm very grateful for
Right.
it.
Wow. Akash, you tell me, when you're talking about this particular and if I'm not wrong, once I think I went through your Wikipedia profile as well, and it says you work with Ricky Martin and Vente Paka. That's a huge I'd say achievement. You got to tell me how did that fall in place, and how did that come into being for that?
I think that was a lot of that. The thanks goes to Sony Music, the label I've been with for the past 3 years. They were just considering me, and we were in talks with like, hey, we would like to sign you on, etc. And I was just like a reality show old. Obviously, before that, I had been singing for 6 years, but the reality show is what people knew me from. And I think Khich Meri Photo had come or not come. I'm not really sure. It had just come. So Vente Paka was already released, the Spanish version, and they wanted to do a version like with an artist from Asia. There was like I think an artist. There was an Australian singer, and they wanted someone from Asia. They were figuring out what. Um, at that time, my now team was like, "We want you to try this out." And they're very in passing. They were like, "There's a singer, Ricky Martin," and I was just like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Uska gana hai,"
Ricky
and
Martin was there. Manu was
we
there.
no, I mean, I think maybe because they thought that I have been consuming music since I was a kid. So when I was a kid is when
Yeah,
un
yeah,
process. So that's why they were. Anyway, I
yeah,
got into
yeah,
the
absolutely.
studio. Yeah,
Talking to a fan
we
as
we
well.
did.
Ricky Martin
Uh,
fan.
oh yes. So I got into the studio. We just wrote a few Hindi lyrics to the song, and I did a few alaps, and I did that song in English as well. And it was a scratch that was sent to them to figure, like my team was like, hey, here's a singer, she's a new voice, and let us know. They used that audio and suddenly the song was out. It was a scratch that we were trying out. And I think the Indian version, that this version was the only one that had the regional language, like that had Hindi. The rest were just English versions of the Spanish song. So that is how it happened, and it was very unreal. Much later, I think 2 years after that happened, I was like, bro, I was on YouTube and I saw Ricky Martin's channel has AKASA, and I was just like, what? So it was it was as unreal as it sounds. That's how, like, till date, when someone's like, you have a song with Ricky Martin, I'm like, I have a song with Ricky Martin. Yeah, I do. That's how it happened.
All right, okay. I cannot really, I mean, I don't know whether this is going to be a copyright issue or not, but then you've got to sing 2 lines of Shola.
Of course. Why would it be a copyright issue? Well, Rohit, which part should I sing? The one that like
Go.
Antara or like
No, the
Harikati hai,
Kala
that one?
Joda part. I really like that part a
Ah,
lot.
I know that part.
No, the Kala Joda part.
Okay. Well, I'm like blushing. कुड़ी तू काला जोड़ा पाके सज तज के चली तू बुलट जरा लहरा के सज तज के सुरमा जो निशाना दागे फुल पावर वजे पटाके किनी बॉस कुड़ी लगी आजमे वे सज सज के हाँ मैं ता मैं ताना चाना 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 चा रज रज के कुड़ी तू शोला 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 लागे बड़ ठाड़ के शोला 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 लागे बड़ ठाड़ के.
Fabulous, fabulous.
Yay!
Akasa, you've got to tell me. Absolutely. Akasa, you've got to tell me, you've got this very, I wouldn't say strange, but a very unique texture of your voice. वो जो end में जैसे तुम मतलब गला करती हो, I कौन सा line था मुझे ठीक से याद नहीं, but that is a very unique technique, and you have kind of used that in mostly almost all of your songs. When it comes to a song like this, or I mean, any song for that matter, what is your? I mean, do you have your own vision, or do you perhaps, you kind of try to perhaps make it your own, and then throw your voice at the mic the way you want to? How does it happen in your head?
So it usually depends. If it's a Bollywood song, sometimes there are very different kinds of music directors, right? There are some who will literally get you in the studio because they want you to do your thing. I'm lucky to have worked with a lot of those. There are some who will be like, nahi, hame aise hi chahiye. So that's what in the beginning of my journey, or the beginning of my childhood, or when I was growing up and when I was singing, this voice was actually what like held me back. I was very tied to like, oh, I can't sing Lata ji songs, or itni bhari awaaz hai. And there were a lot of people who were also like, you have no range and blah blah blah. I think I don't know if I took that and I turned it around or something, but I always try being, because I'm a Notanki as well. Like I am the biggest drama queen. So if I get into a studio and if the song is about like let's say Kheech Meri Photo, I will imagine me singing telling the guy, and that's where that it's a lot of times it's been me doing masti and the music director being like, hey, we want that. That's what happened with Kheech Meri, where I was mimicking someone and I was like, Kheech Meri Photo, I was doing this, pretending to be like drunk or whatever, and he was like, this is what I want. With Ethia, Vishal was like, I want you to be your true Mawali self. And I was just like, he was like, no, you can do it. You're really good. You are a Mawali. And I was just like, so it has been me sort of, if there's a Sufi song, then I have those roots and I try to bring them out. I usually shut my eyes and dhunti for eyes. So it's very subjective, and it's amazing when the music director wants you to do your thing. because I do have a voice that's not very. You can't put it in a box. Unfortunately, you have to let it do its thing. Else, the dubbing is fail, and then they are like, "Ha, aapko nahi aata, jao." So I usually just try being true to the song and like channel my inner whatever Sufi person or like Mawali person or whatever comes out at that time. With Shola, it was like my inner Akasa. This is this was me only.
Okay. Rohit, you tell me. I mean, nowadays, especially in industry, there's a lot of talk about the nepotism fiasco and the fact that nepotism exists and newbies are not really allowed to explore their craft. And yeah, I mean, the fact that there is a lot of talk about the nepotism fiasco these days. Have you ever experienced anything of that sort?
As in, have I experienced nepotism?
Nepotism, yes. The fact that you're a newbie yourself. I mean, the fact that you
Mm,
have been in the industry, you have tried to get your foothold. Have you ever experienced anything of that sort?
Sandeep, I haven't. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry, I think I'm a little lost, but I don't know how to experience nepotism in the sense like, does it
Okay.
exist?
You saying it doesn't exist? Trust me, whenever I mean, I had this conversation with I don't know how many umpteen actors and actresses, and no one actually said it doesn't exist. You're actually the
I
first one to
didn't
say it
say,
doesn't.
but does it exist? 100%. It exists every. Have I experienced it? I haven't.
Okay, all right. So you're going to shed light on the kind of films that you actually perhaps want to do, and I mean, what exactly is your vision as far as the Indian film industry, Bollywood is concerned?
I mean, I had a certain vision when I was starting out. When I was 15 years old, I thought कि हाँ मतलब मैं तो एक picture करूँगा, hero बन जाऊँगा, बहुत सारे fan होंगे, बहुत मजा आएगा. But I don't think a vision really kind of it pans out the way you think it will. You have to kind of let the journey carve itself out. And right now, all that I want to do is just be a part of projects, be a part of projects that truly matter, that truly resonate with people. Because I think I am that person. If I'm watching a film or a series or anything for that matter, I would, it's kind of human nature that you try to uh, uh, look at a subject that kind of resonates with you. I want to be able to be a part of cinema like that. I want to be a part of cinema which is 100% progressive. And I want to mostly do work that I truly believe in. The subjects that I truly believe in. I somehow that's how my choices have been always. It hasn't been a conscious decision, but I think it's what attracts me. It's what I fancy. Um, be it a film which is Dear Zindagi, which talks about mental health, or Hichki, which talks about, and then
Right.
what will people say, which talks about how one has the right to be free, or Sky is Pink, where it talks about death and losing a loss of someone in a completely new light. Or if it's about mismatch, which truly just talks about almost everything that millennials go through these days. So I think I truly just want to do work which I believe in, which makes me happy. Because I think if I am happy doing a project, the viewers will also see that and they will also feel that. So yeah, that's my vision for now. But I really don't know where life is going to take me, where my projects are going to take me. So yeah, I'm excited to see what's in future.
You've done some
Right
really
now, talking
meaningful
about
projects.
yeah, absolutely. Rohit,
Yeah.
talking about Shola, what exactly? I mean, how did you land the project?
So we're actually Akasa and I we've been friends for a while. We have a couple of common friends, and we've hung out quite a bit. And I have always been a huge admirer of Akasa's work. I like Nagin was one of my most favorite songs. Ethia was absolutely fantastic. I've actually been following her journey since Raw Star. And that it always felt like there's a spunk and there's something which is really really cool. And Akasa's getting very awkward, but I
No,
promise
I'm
I'm being
not
very
sure.
very honest and not try to flatter her. But yeah, I've always
No.
been a huge admirer, and because we've known each other for a while, we've always kind of discussed how we've wanted to collaborate. And there were opportunities before, but I was very clear that if I am going to be a part of a Casa single, it'll have to be her making me dance, and I was very very sure about that. So I think the moment Akasa mentioned Shola, our common friend actually put us in touch again, and they're like, you should do something together on this track. And I heard it, and then I kind of got busy with something else. And then the next morning, I woke up humming it after just listening to it once. And I was like, okay, you know what? This song is something that I definitely want to be a part of. And I got really, really excited about it. So then I called Akasa. I was going to say I called Shola, but yeah, I called Akasa, and I told her that I definitely want to do this, and then let's take this forward. And yeah, and then that's how it happens. And then Sony's, the entire team from Sony, my team, we all got on a call, we discussed everything, we jammed, and then that's how the process began. And then of course rehearsals and then shoot. So yeah, it was amazing, and I'm so happy I could be a part of this song. I'm just so thrilled.
Wow. All right. Now to wrap the interview, there is one final question that I need to ask you, Rohit. The fact that you have
Yeah.
been, you have really been applauded. You've really been, people really love you. And I keep on saying that because that's a fact. And I mean, I am an admirer of you as well. So
Thank you.
that's there. There is, I mean, how do you exactly take criticism? I mean, being all mushy and being all sweet about, adulations and people praising is all good, but then there is criticism also that you need to handle being a part of the industry. How do you handle it?
Yes, yes. I think first it's very important for me to take criticism for what it is and not read too much into it. The moment I start getting into the depth of what each and every word meant and what the person could have meant without really saying so in so many words, really gets me really gets me very like in a sane space. So I think first for me, what's important is that I take criticism for what it is. I see what the intention behind that is. If a random person who has probably no knowledge about the craft that I possess, or that I am trying to do, or has no for example, if I talk about trolling, if you see a random person sitting somewhere in a strange whatever remote part of India and just is commenting, "Yeah, abhi isko acting nahi aati," I don't take that criticism, because then I know that it's not about me, it's about that person. However, if I do feel like somebody has pointed something out and said something in particular, I always ensure that I keep that in mind. It's almost something, if you have 1,000 comments, my brain is wired in a way that, of course, I love all the admiration and all the love, but my brain is wired in a way where I would like to go and see what that one hate comment is, or what that criticism is. And I always keep that in mind. If it makes sense to me, if I feel like the person says it has my best interest, then I most definitely take that head on, and I always try to kind of ensure that I don't repeat the same mistake and I improve. However, I am also very, I can also be very detached. Like the moment I feel like this is pure hate and this is not trying to make me a better actor or a better human being, I completely let it go and I don't engage in that at all.
Okay. Akasha, what about you?
How do I take criticism?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the one thing that Rohit said is like literally that's me as well. I
Mm.
after a while, I think you also take the good comments for granted. And my obviously compared to Rohit, I haven't reached there yet or whatever. Like I don't have those many people waiting to comment yet. So it's mostly my social media is like a nice sweet place where there's not much hate. But even when there are like 2 hate comments, I will be more bothered about them than the rest of the good ones. I don't know why we are wired that way. And but like he
Yeah.
said, there have been times where if I don't know why, I don't know why I have to be such an amma, but I have seen that if there's a really bad comment by like I have a lot of young girls following me. My fan base is made up of that.
Mm.
So if I've done this like 4 times if I can count. I've actually gone to their profile, and if it's this one time, especially there was this young Sardarni girl. She must be all of I don't know 13, 14. I don't even remember, maybe younger. I actually screenshotted that comment
Mm.
and then I sent it to her and I said, "This is not very nice. You're too young to be firstly speaking like this, and I have been you. I can, because I could see the Sardarni girl with do gutta and everything, and I was just like, I hope everything is okay. Don't spread. You don't need to spread hate.
Hmm.
You don't like me. It's okay.
वो
Just
कोई गाली
try
वगैरह था?
avoiding.
Was it some kind of a slang and abusive word?
It was a girl who no, there was a, so it wasn't like a bad abusive word, but it was almost there. And it was quite like, it was enough for me to be
अच्छा.
like, and I couldn't believe it was a young girl. So first I wanted to talk and see if it is her or someone, her mom or her older sister. And obviously she was like, Dee, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah. And then obviously it changes. I have this girl commenting, sending me DMs since the past, I think, 1 year, saying, hey, you don't remember me, but back 3-4 years back I had said a hate comment, and you replied and said something very nice, and I'm really sorry. So anyway, this, I feel like this is not really criticism, this is just random hate, but I don't know how to ignore it. Criticism that I get from, I ask for criticism. I have 3 people in my life who, 2 of them are very established artists and do not have any
Right.
filter. I can send them the song, and he'll, one of them will be like, this is bullshit, or will be like, this is really good. So I take criticism really well, not from random people. Like Rohit also said, if someone does not know where I'm coming from, and if it's very blinded, I think you should not focus so much on working out and focus more on working on your voice. That's not criticism. That's just maybe
Hmm.
you have issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very subjective. I'm 90% good with criticism. 10% I'm like defensive.
Right. All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, okay. Before I end the conversation, Rohit, I have one question to ask you. One final. Rohit, जो मैं पूछने वाला था वो ये है, the fact that you have been in international films as well. Exactly see an interpretation of cinema when you're talking about filmmakers like Mazid Masidi, or you're talking about filmmakers like Kiarostami, or all of these international world filmmakers, as opposed to Bollywood. Would I be right if I say that you have an intrinsic, perhaps liking towards crossover films?
Oh, I mean, most definitely. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with origin of the film or where it comes from, or we're trying to kind of, what is the kind of audience that we're trying to reach. I think my intention has always been to do films that truly matter, films that make me happy, subjects that have made me happy. It's helped me grow. Now, whether that's a film that's being made in India or it's being made in some small village in Europe, it really doesn't matter. Having said that, I would never like to cap the limit of my work with the boundaries of countries. I would not like to do that. However, am I actively trying to look for work which is outside of India? I don't think so. But if something comes my way, 100%, why not?
All right. All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to the end of this lovely conversation with the wonderful Rohit Saraf and the lovely singer AKASA. My name is Sandeep with Jihan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. It was lovely.
Thank you, Sandeep. Bye.
Let it go.